Tuesday reception.
No. Well, that's honestly
Tuesday in June.
Is
I mean, that's what we all dream of.
the only way to cut the cost down.
Make it Wednesday. Maybe we'll head straight from football if you want. Football training we got. Welcome back to Critical Banter, the podcast that brings a Friday drinks chat to you. This week's episode, we have two new segments. We have the letter game and we have career limiting moves, CLMs for short. But for that drop of the week, we got me and Miguel. We have Senny.
Yo.
And we have Ro.
G'day, boys. I got a quick one for you. As you know, I'm currently, actually, we usually record on Saturdays. I told you boys I'm looking at wedding venues on Saturdays. So we have to record on Sunday. So I've been going around the grounds to have a look at potential places to host a wedding.
You're just going to St. Michael's, St. Joseph's, St. Thomas's, just all the churches, or
a lot of churches, but mainly the reception, right? The reception is the event where I feel like you would have more fun potentially.
Like you personally, Sen.
Sen in particular.
You won't burst into flames.
So let me just give you a couple of the quotes that I've got, right? Because obviously we know weddings are expensive.
Yeah.
But can I just say, I think I'm being priced out of marriage is what's happening at the moment. So first place we go to, quote is $69,000. I'm like, all right, what do I get with that? And they're like, you get the venue, nothing else.
What?
Jog on.
seriously?
Seriously.
What type of venue is this?
Like, it's like an estate, like sprawling estate in
okay.
Nowra.
It's a large venue.
So yeah.
Large venue, right? But I would expect for $69,000 that my guests would be maybe fed, potentially watered, right? No bingo. So I'm like, all right, well, that's obviously out of budget. Let's go suss out another place. Then I'm like, all right, this is $35,000. I'm like, oh, here we go.
There you go.
We're on here, lads. And then I'm like, what's included there? It's like the venue's included, BYO, crockery, plates, cutlery.
What?
I'm like, what is actually happening here?
I've never heard that before.
Dude, so what I realized is some venues don't provide anything. They just provide the space. And it's on you to find vendors and food and literally the cutlery.
Okay, the cutlery I've never heard. The rest, okay, I can kind of understand.
And these are wedding venues, right? Not just places that you've decided to cost for a wedding.
Exactly.
They've held weddings before.
Dare I suggest they hold weddings every week.
Okay.
And people agree to those prices and agree to BYO the cutlery.
Exactly. You're telling me the weddings every week. There's new crockery on the tables. There's new tables and there's new crockery on the table.
They provide the tables.
Fair enough.
They do provide the
Surely
tables.
there's a package where they provide the utensils.
There's extra 30 wax or 30 racks, brother.
Are you going to these places or are you just emailing them or calling them for quotes?
No. So it's a very sneaky business actually. You put an inquiry online.
Yeah.
Then they send you some packages. Some places are quite transparent. They send you the whole thing.
Yeah.
Others will be like, come in and book a visit. We'll send you like some teaser information. And then you go in and then they send you the full shebang. So these places, I kind of knew already like how much they were going to be.
Yeah.
But I was still interested because they looked kind of nice. And I just wanted to double check that was, I was not misreading the quote.
Yeah.
So I go there, have a look. I'm getting this quote, right? Third venue, finally a more reasonable venue, right? $50,000.
Yeah.
But then on top of that, so you get the, maybe the food and the drinks, but then there's all these like additional extras. It's like, if you want an extra beer, that'll be an extra like $30 per person. You want a little cocktail hour before the reception, that's another $50 an hour. And then you're like, can I BYO spirits and whatnot, and have you guys serve it, but I'll bring it. And they're like, yeah, no dramas. That'll be $500 a bottle or $20 extra per person. I'm like, dude, there's just no way.
What is this, a nightclub? Bruh.
Yeah.
What are these prices?
So like I genuinely, if anyone has any tips out there on how to cut costs, I am very much all ears.
Mate, the classic trick. Did you tell them you're having a wedding?
Well, yeah. These are wedding
venues.
Say you're having a corporate event or something.
No, but I think with these places, the prices are just standard.
All right. Off air, you send me the place. I'm going to inquire for a corporate event and we'll see.
That's actually a great idea.
We'll see what they've done here.
So
I'm going to have how many guests? Hundreds of people have this conference on.
Well, that's the easiest way to cut costs. Just invite less people.
Yeah, so it's currently 200 guests. I don't know if 200 is a large amount, small amount. My brain is...
It's a good amount.
It's a good amount. It's a respectable amount.
Yeah.
Because I think like a lot of white weddings, you're looking at like 100, 120 guests. That's the vibe
Yeah,
that I
yeah.
was kind of getting. They're like 200. Like, yeah, it's a lunch.
crazy.
Like,
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
dude, I don't know. Like, Sydney's family has like 6 siblings on each side, and like, so, you know, which cousin do you cut? You know, you can't do much. And then there's some places as well where you're kind of talking to the person who's walking you around the grounds, and they're very salesy. Like, there was one lady, I went to a place in Denham Court, right? Campbelltown. I thought,
Yeah.
beautiful. Let's go to a nice venue.
It's called Ottoman House by
That's-
any chance.
Yeah, that's the one. Anyways, I rock up.
You're looking Senny.
How do you know that place?
It's where my partner's brother's wedding will be.
Oh, really?
On Thursday, yeah.
Oh my, dude, is she not? Okay, so
Can you get a 2-for-1 deal potentially?
yeah, so that's the place I went to. I was
Yeah.
like, all right, beautiful venue.
Yeah.
I was talking to the lady who was.
I'll
kind
get a
of-
name off air.
Yeah. Oh, Gio, whatever. Let's
Let's throw that one in the
we'll
mix.
throw that one in the mix, right? So I'm chatting to Gio, and she's really giving me the business. Like she's she's trying to sell it to me so hard.
Upsell
Yeah.
at every corner.
Yeah, a massive upsell. And she was actually quite rude, to be honest. So I'm hoping that your brother doesn't have it. There's a couple of different people there, but she was like genuinely, I was sitting here like, what is going on? There was a wedding being currently set up.
Yeah.
And then we're obviously walking to through their wedding day.
Oh,
So there's
God.
people like getting dressed and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so she just walks in and they're like, oh, hi, how are you? It's like, I'm showing these people around. I was like, bro, I swear to God, just please, I don't even want to see it. Like, I'm good, to be honest. And then we get into the reception venue and we have 200 people. So I'm like, oh, how many people can this thing fit? And she's like, oh, 250, this and that. And so I asked her a simple follow-up. I was like, oh, how many people are set up for this wedding? And then she's like, oh, let me just count. And then she's like, there's 8 on each table. And then she's like counting the tables one by one. I'm like looking at the sign that says like 21, which is like the final table. I just didn't know how many chairs on each, right? So she's like doing the math. 1, 2, 3. I'm like, dude, please. So, all right. Ottoman House, unfortunately,
Probably not it.
not for me, purely because of the salesman. I'm like, if she's going to run my wedding, that is genuinely terrifying.
it's- So anything on the short list so far?
Yeah. So, okay. I think the meta is a midweek wedding in winter. That could be the play. Tuesday, a beautiful winter
Tuesday
month.
reception.
No. Well, that's honestly
Tuesday in June.
Tuesday in June is
I mean,
like
that's what we all dream of.
the only way to cut the cost down.
Make it Wednesday. Maybe we'll head straight from football if you want. Football training we got. 2-for-1 deal.
The real question is what I'm actually teeing up because the dates are getting booked out. We want to get married in like January, February, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So, thoughts on a Friday wedding?
Yeah.
I think I've no say in this. So
No,
whatever you.
But is that a play on? Like, is that a?
Yeah, why is it
Of course
not a
that's
play on?
Yeah, why wouldn't that be a play
I
on?
don't know. I just feel bad getting people to take.
Then you know the
annual leave.
real ones.
Yeah, that is a good point. That's actually another way to cut costs potentially.
Destination wedding. You know the real ones
Yeah,
then.
that's true. No, weekday weddings are pretty common.
So
But
mean,
please
many-
not Tuesday.
No,
I
of
beg
course.
of you.
That would never happen. I
What?
would never allow
Not
that.
Tuesday.
Why not Tuesday?
As in a week.
Why would
if,
anyone do a Tuesday?
if you're throwing up
wedding?
weekdays, I want to put stipulations.
Yeah,
I want to,
True,
put
true,
some
true.
boundaries of where.
No,
But I've been to Thursday and Friday weddings. That's pretty common.
So Friday is where I'm thinking because I think the
Thursday's a new
place-
Friday.
They do say that. That is
Yeah,
true.
they do say that.
But on Friday, the venue that I think I like the most is available, and it's like
Okay.
you have that Friday in January. Otherwise, you have like a Saturday in March or April or something.
No, but you're talking about the reception, right?
Correct.
Everything.
Everything,
Friday receptions are so normal.
but it'll be the same thing. A wedding and reception will be on the same day.
yeah, that's fine.
All right. Well,
Dude,
I don't know
that's so
that.
normal.
I've not been to that. many weddings.
Friday cut rates.
Friday-
Relative to the weekend.
No, it would
Like-
still be not as expensive at the weekend, but it would still be of the weekdays. I reckon it would be the most expensive.
Most of them is like maybe $2,000 off.
Mm.
So the 69,000 for nothing else. I'm getting 67. So you did the math.
Do you reckon any of our listeners own a wedding venue by any chance?
Oh, that would be unbelievable.
Or a wedding planning business. That would probably be
Or anything wedding related?
Yeah, any
could
vendors out there.
you know?
Yeah, you know what? I'll put my hand up. If anyone has if anyone has any contacts in the wedding industry whatsoever, mate, I'm all ears, please.
Alrighty, I have a short one from this week, and it reminded me of a story you told ages ago, Sen, about how you went to the bathroom in the metro and used the disabled toilets. You know, instead of the normal able toilets, I assume.
No.
is
I
what we'll
use the
call it.
women's toilet.
The women's
Don't
toilets.
do me dirty like that.
And
I use the women's toilet.
And it took you long enough for to be someone waiting for you and asking, what are you doing?
Correct.
I have a gripe with the metro toilets, and I understand why that story has happened. Because when you go into the toilet, you have to press the button
Yeah.
for the door to open. for it to close, there's no button to close.
Correct.
You have to wait for God to like come down and let the door close.
It's an automatic close. There's no, and then there's another button to lock it.
Yeah. So I've been drinking a lot of water recently and I've been busting to go to the toilet, right? Yeah. So I'm in, finally the toilet's free. I'm in and I have to wait for this door to manually close, like automatically close, but manually wait for it to like time and close. Then once it's closed, I have to press the lock button and then do my business.
I mean, how long is the...
It actually takes like way too long.
So it takes like a couple seconds for it to finally close. And the closing is so long, dude. It's the slowest door I've seen in my life. So PSA, if you're busting to piss, avoid the metro. Go somewhere where you can close the door yourself.
Is this the Martin Place Metro? Or?
It's all metros, man.
All of them. Right.
Like Barangaroo, Martin Place, Gadigal, Central. I've toured them all and they all have the same slow toilet. It's frustrating.
It's automation gone too far.
Exactly,
What about the
man.
manual? Just closing the door, open and close the door.
We're
That's
too good for that,
happy days.
apparently. Train's automatic. The toilet door's automatic.
Speaking of the metro, I got some quick metro stories myself. I've been spending a lot of time just exploring the Martin Place Metro, and they opened up a new French bakery in there called Lulu on the Hunter Street side. And all of this week, they were giving away free croissants. Except, so they had a big sign that said free croissants all day. Except it wasn't all day. It was until like 12 or whenever they ran out. Yeah, so I went in the morning and there was a huge line literally to the entrance of the station. And I'm like, I'm not waiting like 20 minutes, 30 minutes for one croissant. But I'm like, oh, I'll come back later. Surely in the afternoon it'll die down. Because if you've been to Loon recently...
Little post-lunch croissants, any?
Oh, actually, just on... so have you been to Loon? Dude, there's no line for Loon now. So the hype
Like
has
even
died down.
in prime time? Or these rogue times you're going?
When I went like at 10 or 11 the other day, there was like 4 people in line.
Yeah, if you still go in the AM and there's no line, that's fair play.
Yeah. So I'm like, fine. Surely Lulu. I'll come back in the afternoon. No line. We came back like at 2 or 3. There was no line. I'm like, let's go. Here we go. But they stopped giving the free croissants. Then my friend looked at me. He's like, don't worry. You don't need the croissant, brother.
Oh my God.
There's no need for that. And then there's a Brooklyn Bridge Deli. If you go down one level in the metro, there's a Brooklyn Bridge Deli on the Hunter Street side. If you go to the other side, they've literally opened up another Brooklyn Bridge Deli on the other side.
What?
Yeah.
So they're just competing
There's
against
two.
each other.
It makes no sense.
Same menu?
Yeah. So I went on Monday. There was like a line out the wazoo. There was like 30 people in the line. On the Wednesday, they opened up the other one. And what they were doing, they did $5 off all sandwiches. So everyone flocked to the other one. And then the original one had no line whatsoever. But I'm like, how is this a business model that works? Surely that you're just cannibalizing your own market.
Yeah, do you reckon they're competing against each other? Or?
It's not a franchise. So yeah, it has to be like, it's the same owner of both.
No,
then
that
they're
does not make any sense.
It doesn't.
That's what I'm saying. They have to be franchised.
Nah, it's traffic flow, mate.
No, but I'm pretty sure even if you franchise, like the head company would be like, you can't open up a store literally 3 meters away.
Yeah, what's going on there?
But on that side, they have a Macca's and they're going to open up a Five Guys on that other
No,
side.
I have seen that.
Yeah.
It's like a Macquarie. It's like a Macquarie. They have 2 top juices there. Are they in competition? There's 2 Soul Origins also at Macquarie.
Is there?
Are they in competition? What's our podcast view on 2 businesses in the same location?
Unless they're getting so much traffic that they're literally having to turn away customers.
Look, I'm telling you, right? Top juice is not that popular of a,
I don't think
of a-
Top
of
Shoes.
a
Like,
business.
I've never seen a massive line for Top Shoes.
No, neither. And the 2 Soul Origins. I didn't know that. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's... No, but you can't compete like that. I would be so annoyed if I was the original owner.
Yeah,
And this
yeah.
other idiot just opened up across the street from
Ah,
me.
surely they're in cahoots. Surely this is a big Brooklyn play.
It would make more sense for them to be in cahoots. I just don't understand the logic. Like, you're just burning cash. Like, chuck it in another Westfield somewhere.
Is this a very busy location?
The other side's a bit quieter. So like where the original one is like the main entrance for the metro. So that's where most foot traffic is. The other side is, yeah, a bit dero right now.
Well, who knows?
All right, quick update on our summer soccer as well. As we said a couple of weeks ago, we were top of the ladder.
Yep.
And now we're heading into semis and we are still top. I think we're like 12 points ahead of second. So really,
It's been a dominant season.
It has been very dominant. It's ours to lose from here, really. We played a team of old men last week.
Remember that, Ro?
Good times. Good
Because
times.
you clicked yes that you were going and then you didn't show up.
Yeah,
What was that
I didn't
about, Ro?
I finished work. So what game was at 7:50? I finished work at like 7-ish. And I was like, all right, sweet. Time for soccer. I look outside. My brother stole my car because the other one that he drives has no petrol. So he's taken my car.
I think you need like a jerry can at home just to like, just to sort yourself out to the petrol
No,
station.
everyone knows that my family is so adverse to pouring petrol, especially my brother. He's like sitting there like, all right, no. So he's taking my car. My gear was in my car, just beautifully packed and ready to leave. And
But
so,
this is the third time in 3 weeks this has happened.
yeah, there's been a lot of gear issues actually.
Literally 3 weeks ago, Ro forgot his Oztag gear because exact same story. His brother took his car and his gear was in there. Then the week after, you just left your gear at work and you rocked up to Oztag in your civvies and you called 4 different people. I still have your stuff in my boot, by the way.
I know.
So you're telling me you rocked up to Oztag, happy to, ready to go in your work attire. And you're like,
Yes.
oh, wait, where's my stuff?
No.
He realized on the way.
So like I had left my work bag, my gear in the office.
Yeah.
And then the game was at 6:15. So I called like 4 different people. I'm like, hey, Glade, I need boots. You have boots? Like, yeah, I've got boots. I was like, do you have shorts? Like, nah, all right. Raj, you have shorts? Like, yeah, I got shorts. Renewal, you have a singlet? Yeah, I got a singlet. So I just borrowed.
And you still had Josh's shorts as well from the week before.
I have, currently I'm in possession of Josh's shorts, a guy called Keshi's singlet, and then I've chucked my stuff in your car. So I appreciate that. That night actually was interesting. So that Tuesday when I had to borrow heaps of stuff, we went out to dinner as per normal. And then my partner calls me, she's like, I've actually locked myself out of the house. And that day I had not driven to Oztag. I was planning to get a lift home from Sen because I went in from the office. And so I'm sitting here like, oh, what do I do now?
Hands are tied.
My hands are absolutely tied here. But I have her spare key. That spare key is in my house. So I'm like, all right, well, what do I have to do here? I'll call an Uber from dinner to my house and then drive from my house to her house to drop off the keys.
Play on.
And so
It's not a short drive as well.
it's like a 40-minute drive. So I'm traveling from
We're
Rhodes,
also in Rhodes.
to the hills, and then the hills to North
Basically
Sydney.
the city, yeah. Play on.
All right, so that's the route that I'm taking. So I look at the Uber prices. I'm like, all right, what's doing here? $65 to get back to the hills. I look down a couple of spots like underneath. Uber pool, $50. I'm like, oh, fantastic.
Free $15, some might say.
Absolutely a free 50. Oh, who is taking an Uber pool, right? At this late at night.
Yeah, that's true.
From Rhodes to the hills. Like, that's a weird route. So I'm like, fantastic. I'll call that. Whatever. I've never called an Uber pool before, first time. So I get in the car and I'm having like conversation with the driver. He's actually, I don't know what to make of this. He drives for Uber, but he says he does it for fun because he has like a highly successful real estate business. And in his house, he drives like, he has like a Porsche and he recently bought his wife a Mercedes and he handed me the business card as well. So,
okay.
So
I was going to say this could be lies.
no, so he does have the business, but I don't know how successful it is if he's
Could you Google it or anything?
maybe.
Was he trying to sell you anything?
Yeah,
or?
was it a marketing pitch?
No, he was just like, I was just chatting to him. Like, oh, how long have you been doing? Classic
Wait, what
chat,
was he
right?
driving for Uber?
He was driving, I think it was like a Honda, but it was one of the Hondas with the top fully glass.
Oh, cool.
So it was a nice
It's
car,
a nice car. Okay.
right? But he's telling me this story about how he's like a mogul and this and that.
Did he look like a mogul to you?
He actually did.
Okay.
He looked like he had a nice watch on, but I'm not
Okay.
really sure about the story. Like, why are you driving Uber for leisure and like ruining your vehicle?
At like 11 o'clock on a Tuesday night.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. So whatever, that's fine. So I'm in the car and then we're driving past like Pennant Hills area, and then the ping comes on his phone. He's like, oh, I got to pick someone up. Uber pool. Whatever, no dramas. Right, Tuesday night we go to the petrol station. The guy's waiting there at 7-Eleven.
The passenger.
He gets in, and he's like sauced to the gills,
Oh my.
like properly sauced. He's like 19, and I didn't really know the etiquette. Like, do you chat with the passenger, this and that, right? So my plan was
One big group chat.
yeah. Well, my plan actually was to talk to him because I was just interested, like
Oh my
who's catching Uber pools, right? And so I'm in the car with him. He's sauced out of his mind. He looks at me, and he then says, "Stay dangerous."
No, bro. I'm not believing this.
I'm not. Why would I lie?
I'm
about
going to
this?
believe the mogul. I'm not believing this part.
I'm stopping the story.
No,
here.
he comes in and he's a fan of the podcast. He rocks up and he's like, "Oh my God, I love you guys so much." And he's like hammered, right? So he's slurring his words. I'm like, well. Now we've got a group chat. I'm like, fantastic. And so,
Tell the driver, slap the pot on, mate. Let's have a listen.
no. So he's telling me about his Tuesday night. Apparently he's like 19. He's just finished uni. He does actuarial studies. His name is Jason.
Don't dox the guy.
Okay.
No,
well,
that's fine. Yeah, call him Jason.
whatever. No, his name, yeah, whatever. Yeah, let's call him Jason.
Whatever.
And so he rocks.
I'm assuming this story isn't true anyway.
No,
So
Yeah, that is true. You can call whatever you want.
It is true. And then he makes.
what are the chances, right?
Yeah, what are the chances? That's exactly what I was thinking. Anyways, he's telling me about how him and his mates are getting sauced on Tuesday night with a bit of soju. And all in all, Great Uber pool experience.
Fair enough.
Was there a point to this story?
I just want to say that if we don't win the comp for soccer from here, we're cool.
Wait, so you got
But
home.
somehow we got to here.
So you got home successfully. You got in your car successfully,
Yeah,
and
the
you
rest-
dropped off the key.
The rest of the story is irrelevant.
All right. Thank you for that. All right.
Anyway,
Now
we
back-
have a semi this week. Hopefully we win, and then we have a final the week
Can you
after.
like take your gear out of your car potentially?
Yeah, I
like
will.
leave it in your room, so then whatever way you get to football, you still have your gear.
Yeah.
Just a suggestion potentially. Actually, our goalkeeper had the same dilemma, right?
I missed that. Yeah, what happened?
So 5 minutes before kickoff, like, where's our goalkeeper? What's
But
happening?
that happened a lot this season.
Yeah,
where
but he
just-
shows up, minutes, seconds before
Yeah, by
kickoff.
the grace of God, he shows up.
So then he texts Garn in our team. He's like, "Oh, Garn, do you have, I think, a keeper jersey and some gloves? My missus has taken the car with all my gear in it." He still shows up on time. Someone provided gear.
Well, how did he get to if he's
Grace of God. No, I think his missus' car.
got back?
As in, they have two cars.
Oh, okay.
But his gear was in the
other
aforementioned
car.
car that was taken, similar to your situation.
So do you guys keep your gear in the garage?
Yeah. Actually, no, I just keep it in my car because no one else drives my car.
Well, I know you
There
don't.
you go.
I know you don't wash your gear for the whole season. My gear gets washed every now and again.
Do you wash your boots?
No.
Boots.
Yeah, well, the gear gets washed. But I'm saying,
No,
like,
no,
it's the
don't say
boots.
that as if it's a given. I've smelled your
like-
shirts
Yeah,
sometimes.
sometimes. It's a 50-50
The
chance.
boots get brushed if we've played
It's
in
been
mud.
Mud, yeah.
But on a BAU day, no, they're
No
fine.
washing.
Shin pads, you clean those?
Nah.
Probably should, eh?
I honestly don't think I've cleaned my shin pads since I
Give
got
them
it.
a smell.
Oh,
Maybe
no,
you'll.
there's no need.
Rancid.
Yeah, there's absolutely no need. I know exactly how they smell.
All right, well, touch wood. Let's not curse anything, Senny, but we're on to the semi-final.
Alrighty, the game today is the letters game. Very simple. I've got a letter generator. I'm going to generate 2 letters. And you're going to have to think of a word that starts with the first letter and ends with the second letter. And you're going to go up against each other. It's going to be a game of speed. So whoever jumps in first with the word wins the point.
So we're just yelling words as they come to our mind.
Mate, this is going to be quick. So I don't know how
Alright.
quick you can think.
All right.
Alrighty, you ready to go?
Mhm.
Alrighty, your first one. I'm just going to say the 2 letters. And then just remember the first letter will be your starting letter and the second letter will be the ending letter. All right,
Yes.
let's go. First up, SD.
Sand.
That's 1-0.
That's quick. That's quick. All right, next one. TN.
Town.
Dude, I was just thinking the shoes.
All right, next one. VR.
VR.
Mate, what?
Um,
VR? Is there a word?
There is. I can think of one.
the
VAR.
vicar in Dural.
Vicar
vicar
is
is
The pub.
correct.
Is that a word?
Yeah, vicar, mate.
Ah.
Just position.
So it's currently 2-1 to Manny. All right, next up. LR.
Leah. L-E-E-R.
Nah, play on.
Oh,
The
yeah, true,
town
true.
Lear, play on.
All right, that's 2-2. Next up, NY.
This is, mate, you just,
NY.
Nelly.
That's a name.
It's a name.
Nearly.
Nearly is correct.
Yeah,
Yeah, all right,
true.
there you go. 3-2. Next up, QN.
Queen.
Because that was a quick
3-3.
one.
That is very quick. Next, UM.
Nah.
No.
Earn with an M.
No.
Bro, I don't know.
UM.
UM.
University
UTM.
of Maastricht, which was where I studied on exchange.
This is not Kiribati, bro. I'm not asking you to tell me how you know it.
What does UTM stand for? Nah, I don't
Some
know.
marketing thing. Universally tracked metrics.
UM.
UM.
I actually don't know.
Yeah, pass.
Do you have a word?
Uranium would have been the one I used.
That's I did not do well in
what's
chemistry,
this,
mate.
score check quick.
I think we're tied.
3-3.
3-3, I believe.
All right, next one. WO.
Woo!
W-O.
I don't even know if some of these have words. It was just
Can
I just randomly-
Woolloomaloo.
Below. What about, yeah, W-O.
Yeah, I actually don't know if there's.
What do you mean you don't understand?
I randomly generated the letters.
Ah, damn. I don't know.
W-O, all right.
We're not counting woo, W-O-O.
Nah, I'm not going to count woo.
Then I have nothing. Whoop, nah, that's a P. Wolo, no.
Wood.
Watto,
Woodo.
Watto, Wallow,
No. All right, next one. CS.
Cars,
Good.
All right, 4-3 to Manny. Next one. KP.
MG,
Bro, Kevin Peterson.
keep.
Keep is correct. It's not word association,
Dude,
mate.
all these ones are like acronyms or like their little nicknames.
All right, next one. HN.
Han.
Super dry.
Hoon. Is hoon a word?
Hoon is a
Hoon
word.
is a word. All right, Miguel is off to a 6-3 lead
All
now.
right, we gotta lock back.
It's a
in
momentum
here. We gotta
game.
lock back
Next
in.
one, DD.
Dead.
Correct. Got a few more left. DE.
Die.
Drive.
We'll call that a
Tie.
tie. We'll call that one a tie. Next up, PS.
Poos.
Please as well. What do you mean?
Please if you dyslexic.
What did you say?
Well, he said poos.
Yeah.
I said please. Obviously incorrect.
So you're both
No, but
correct.
is it PLEAS? Like you plea, but you're pleading. I don't know.
I said PS though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so he please.
That's the one I was
Is
thinking.
that?
That's an
Yeah,
E
you're
at the
welcome.
end.
No, is it not the manners?
Like hear my plea. Hear my
Oh,
please.
please. Is that what you meant?
Send
No.
please with the
Oh,
judge.
Okay, well, no, you didn't mean that.
Well, peas.
No.
Peas.
But too late. You only get one chance at the word.
You're giving him poos.
No, no one gets that point.
Okay.
I'm not getting poos. Don't relax.
All right, next one. FK.
What'd you say?
Alright.
Freak?
Freak.
What,
I
fork?
think Miguel is still up by one. Next one. GE.
Glade, is that a word?
That's not a word.
It is.
Gorge.
Oh, it is. It is.
Like
Sorry, it is.
Everglades.
It is the
Oh.
Everglades. Well, that was the last one. Do you want to run a few more back?
Yeah, run a couple more.
Run a couple more. All right. All right. You got a couple more. Miguel is currently up by 2. All right. Your next one is RY.
Ray.
Damn.
Ray White.
Next one, QE.
No.
Q.
Q. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, no need for the chat row. Just lock in, mate.
All right.
Miguel's still up by 2. All right. NK.
Neck.
GD.
God.
Good.
I think Ro was first on that one. So I think that's tied.
You're tied now.
Yeah, it's tied. All right. SL.
Sell.
It's like it's a 3 or 4 letter word, or there's nothing coming to my head.
MY.
May.
Oh, still tied. PR.
Pray. Wait, what? PR?
Poor.
Poor.
Thank you, Ro.
Migs up by 1. LG.
Life's good, bro. So good.
Leg. Should we play a couple where it has to be more than like 5 or more letters?
No. We'll play a game where you have to make a funny quip about the letters and then drop in your thing.
You can't make an actual guess.
Make actual guess.
We should actually do it longer than 3 letters for
No,
sure.
no.
But no. Next time.
Oh,
Okay, fine. Do you want to try that?
No. It's tie game.
We'll redo the game another time and we'll do a longer version.
Tie game. NT.
Not.
North- No, I was
That's
not
tie
saying
again. VE.
I didn't say
Wait,
anything.
you
I
didn't
didn't
say
say
anything,
anything.
bro.
I didn't say
Roll up
anything.
by 1 then. VE.
Nah, relax. You can't. That's a false start. The gun's going off.
All right.
Because you can think of one, lad.
Yeah, I couldn't.
BY.
Boy.
It's too easy.
Tie again. Ro's still up by 1. Next one. OS.
Ursula. Oreos.
I think Rose said it
Yeah,
first. Ro's up by 2. ZY.
Zebra-y. Z-Y. Is that a word
I
there?
don't know. Ziggy?
I don't know. Is that a word?
Zaggy. I don't
Ziggy
know.
Alberts, bruv.
All right. We'll skip that one. Next one. Last one. VE.
Verse.
And Ro
Play
wins
on.
by 2. Well
Well
done.
done.
Ro.
What a
Next time
comeback.
we got to do more than 3 letter words. It's got to be more than 3 letter words.
Boy, dog, just dropping in. Oh, wow. Our vocabulary is so limited. After 300 and how many apps?
293, I think.
293 apps.
I'm out of words, essentially.
Yeah, the vocab is not there.
Alrighty, our segment today is career limiting moves. We got a couple of write-ins from the listeners, plus a few others that happened, just in the news and in public. So, and a few of our own, or not our own, but
Hopefully not our own.
hopefully not our own, but some that we saw in our own workplace. Alrighty, I'll start with the listener ones that people wrote in on Instagram. Someone wrote in saying they made a bold joke in front of the CEO. He's bold, and everyone laughed except for him.
Oh, that's a very bad. I can imagine your stomach just
Why
dropping.
would you do that?
It was in
What?
front of 200 people as well, he said.
But do you reckon he was knowing that the CEO was there, or
Yeah,
just?
yeah. It sounds targeted.
Oh, then that's on you. That really is on you.
Yeah, because it depends on like some people are really they own their boldness. Some people have like obviously
It's
hair
a-
loss is
it's
like a really
it's a very
personal
touchy
thing.
subject.
I think we need more. I think we need to know the joke.
Yeah.
Was it one of these where you can laugh at it along with it if you're bold, or is it, aggressive?
Is knowing that, does that make it any better?
I mean, I feel like if you're doing I don't know why he's doing a comedy set in front of his 200 co-workers, but I would personally steer clear of any jokes, especially if the CEO is watching. Why bother? Why take the risk?
I reckon those sort of jokes you can only tell if you are guaranteed the CEO is like, you joke about it behind closed doors. This is something that he laughs about all the time.
Correct.
But then again, at the same time, if you laugh about his boldness, let's say, in private time, is he going to receive well in front of 200 people? That's again another consideration.
So
You're right, Rose. Steer clear. There's no need.
Yeah, fair enough. Career limiting move, massive one.
Next one, making an OnlyFans joke in the Microsoft Teams chat.
I mean, this could go either way.
What I'm picturing is like a meeting, right? Let's say, oh no, just the chat.
Maybe it's like their team chat or something. If
Yeah,
it was
but
like
I'm
a one-on-one DM, I think that should be fine.
I'm picturing like your team chat, 20 or so people.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
And you just chuck in a joke.
Nah, man, why? Also, like, I don't know about your workplace, but all of our work, like, messaging is like completely monitored. So
But they
have,
always say that. They always say that.
trust me, ours is, and there's like certain words that you use that get flagged, and then they'll go through and look at
You've
all
been
your.
you've been flagged for anything, Senny?
No, of course not. But yeah, definitely a career limiting move in my opinion.
I think it depends on the audience.
What if it's
right?
funny, dude? What if it's teed up perfectly?
Yeah.
Are you holding back, Sen?
I'm actually completely if you come look at my work chats, it's very PC, very work only. I've been spooked.
So is work Senny not funny?
No, not
That's
at all.
crazy.
Yeah,
That's just
check my personality at the door. Now, all my jokes I do either over the phone or in person. Nothing on chat.
No paper trails.
No paper, no audit trail.
No, but that is the tip. Anything against work values, work culture, work anything, messenger or in person.
Yeah.
Never Teams.
Nah.
Never Slack. You only say good things.
I've
like-
learned that everything is discoverable. Just always remember that.
Everything.
Everything you write down is discoverable.
Can you tell a story? This is so
I
cryptic.
absolutely can't tell you the
Off
story.
air, off
Off air.
Do you have work stuff on your phone?
I have a work phone.
Must be nice. You have
I
work
do,
stuff.
yeah.
Do you like install everything and like use it willy nilly?
Yeah, man.
Because I swear, like some of the apps, for me to download some of the work apps, like, you have to enable, and I think Kush has the same problem actually. It's like you have to enable these permissions for your company to take over your phone. And a lot of it's like write and erase your data, like view, manage your data, all this and all that. I'm like,
Nah.
to what end? How can they actually look at it? Is that a worry I need to have? Can they go into my other apps? Because for example,
relax.
no, for example, we use Google, right?
Yeah.
So like Google Drive, whatever, Google Calendar, I don't know, Google Docs. I've got my personal account. We've got the pod account, and now I've got a work account. Can work now look at my personal and my podcast dealings?
Well, I would imagine, because do you see the thing, like the federal government said all government employees they've banned them from downloading DeepSeek onto their phone. And they banned like Huawei and stuff like that. So there obviously is some element where they can access other parts of your data and whatnot.
So do I have to be careful in my private time now? That's the question.
Well,
But the difference between that is like your employer and this is like Chinese
malware, spyware,
Yeah, they're just like installing on your device.
which we're against, by the way.
Yeah, massively against.
Look, I think your work could probably see other stuff, but are they going to bother?
They
It
probably
seems like an
won't.
overreach
I'm
of
just spooked when that pop up came up that I needed to give them all these permissions. It spooked me.
Yeah, I reckon just say don't allow for those.
But then I can't use them, put work stuff on my phone.
What do you have? I have Slack. That's the only work application I have on my phone.
My calendar, for example,
I have
my
all that. That is true.
email. Those are the two things I need.
Yeah, I got all those as well.
I don't have them.
Back to the OnlyFans joke. I think I don't think it's that big of a career limiting move because who's going to remember you made that joke in like 3 months' time?
That's true.
Career limiting move is like the CEO has now put a target on your back in the previous one. It's like
he won't forget that.
Yeah, who's this kid? He's not rising the ranks. I'll tell you that much for free. OnlyFans joke is a risque. The risk, in my opinion, does not outweigh the reward.
Yeah, no.
Just think about the joke,
Just have a laugh to yourself, pat yourself on the back.
I know you don't have the dopamine hit of like the laugh reacts on Teams. It's not worth it, brother. Just relax.
All right, next one. So he says, I'm a mechanic. Guy showed up to work stoned, went for a drive in a customer's car, got pulled over, car got impounded, and Buddy got arrested and a DUI. He's no longer a mechanic.
Rightfully so.
Dude, this is honestly stupid.
Don't be doing that. You know, shop to work, put in your best effort.
I mean, there's so many things wrong with this. Showing up to work stoned, firstly. Secondly, getting into someone's car. I don't think as a mechanic you're allowed to. Oh, actually, I think there is. There
You can take a little joyride like around the block, park in a different spot, this and that.
Correct.
It's not a driving test, brother.
No, sometimes they do. Like if they repair something, just
You're
to test
telling
it.
me my mechanic has taken my car for a spin at some point.
Yes, he's taken it around the block. Like he'll take it from the garage. How do you think it goes from the garage where it gets
Yeah,
fixed
exactly.
to the parking lot where you pick it up?
10 meters is fine, but around
Yeah,
the block,
no.
that's a bit much.
No, I don't think you can take it for a joyride.
No, they do. My mechanic literally the other day fixed something in my car, and they wanted to test it, so he took it out for like a kilometer or two.
Did they
And
get you
brought it
permission for it?
Oh, I think implicitly by giving them the car, I give them permission apparently.
Yeah, you give him the cars, you give him the keys. So maybe, you know what, you can take it for a spin. But he's taking it for a spin stoned. And obviously the police have pulled him over. So he's either been like driving recklessly or speeding or something like that. So
But also stitch up, the car got impounded. Like the customer, the customer had nothing. He was the victim.
Imagine that you drop your car off in the morning and you get a call at 3. Oh, by the way, your car's impounded,
yeah,
mate.
and by the way, that'll be $1,000 for the repairs as well on top of that.
Yeah, fair enough. This guy got fired. This is stupid.
Dude, I had my car rego come up. Is $2,000 what I'm
What?
looking at for my
Oh,
rego?
for green slip. Yeah.
Green slip,
Pink slip.
pink slip.
And then rego.
Rego.
Yeah.
As in all of that is $2,000 total.
$2,000 total.
Seems there or thereabouts.
No, mine was
Seems
like,
pricey.
Mine was like 1,400 from memory, 1,500.
Yeah, mine was like
green slip
1,800.
was like 800-ish. Rego should only be 300-400. And then pink slip, if you know a guy, is about $50 in cash.
I don't know, guys. So I was just another
The expenses are adding up, bro.
another day,
Sell the car. Fund the wedding.
Well, yeah, do what Jeffrey says and catch Ubers everywhere. Cheaper.
Can't be financially sound advice. All right, which ones have you guys got?
I've got a couple. My first one is, I've got a couple. The first one is a quick one. So at my old work, there was a guy in my team. He was very liberal about his weekends, as in like announcing and discussing what he's done on the weekend in like vivid detail. And then like he does it within the team, but then he also like tells the client sometimes. Like he has a good relationship with the client. But even still, I think you shouldn't be disclosing, what illicit substance you've taken on the weekend, how big of a night you had.
Definitely not.
No.
I feel like even no matter how good your relationship with the client, even some of the people in your team, keep it to yourself maybe.
That's just, unprofessional, I feel like. Because other people don't really care, right? Like, what if they have no...
Because I come away from those thinking, I don't think I needed to know these details. And like...
Well, on the flip side, right, I actually don't know if I agree with that fully because I had a coworker who would also tell us stories about her wild nights out, right?
Yeah.
And I actually thought it brought a sense of camaraderie to the team.
It was entertainment.
It was such good entertainment.
Yeah,
because
right.
like you're sitting there, you're listening to her yarn about her weekend, like stuff that you would never do personally.
Yeah.
However, it's just entertaining to hear the stories that they had.
It's like a TV show at work, mate.
Yeah, you're just sitting here and you're like, oh, what did this person get up to on the weekend? And like you're ready and expecting and waiting for this escapades. And every week there'd just be a new one. It's like when I was playing cricket and we would be doing like warm-ups and the blokes around me would be telling their sex stories on the weekends.
Oh, yeah.
It's like that.
I'm sure
but-
all of them were true as well.
yeah, all true. And so all that, like clients, I obviously probably wouldn't tell, but that also could build rapport in an interesting way.
Yeah, but like again, we talk about risk and reward. Is
Yeah.
the reward of you telling your weekend better than the potential risk of people knowing you do these illegal activities?
Yeah, I think you just got to weigh out, like, it's just really about how self-aware you are. Like, if you think you can get away with it in a way, and you know that there's like not going to be that many repercussions, I think play on. But if you don't understand like social cues and whatnot,
Yeah.
just steer clear of it.
Brother, when you're asked how's your weekend, you tell them it was all right. I didn't get up too much.
Yeah.
I saw friends.
Leave it at that.
That's what you tell them 99% of the time,
That's so
mate.
boring though.
I actually do that all the time. Monday, someone will ask me, what do you do? I'm like, yeah, I just hung out with some friends, saw my girlfriend, that's it. That's what, you
When-
give the same answer every
this
Monday.
is
Come
My work
winter
sucks.
time. Yeah, had soccer.
I had soccer. Might tell a story about soccer. That's about it.
Went to eat dinner. Saw some friends.
Bro, why? This is
No, but that's like this is like when general people ask me. But if like my close workmates ask me, then I'll give them actual details.
I think, honestly, if you zag when people like send a Migs zig, genuinely, I think you're more memorable, and you're probably.
You're gonna get ostracized.
No, I'm not saying tell your stories about you doing wild stuff on the weekend.
Yeah.
I'm just saying tell a funny story.
Yeah, right.
No, when there's tidbits, I tell tidbits, but it's
Do you? I don't bother.
Nah, like when it's, PC and PG and, fit for every audience, I'll tell a tidbit. But when I don't think every audience should know my details, I won't tell it.
Yeah, that obviously. But I genuinely think just chuck a little yarn in there.
The zig when everyone zags, essentially your...
And that's not a career limiting move. That might be a career advancing move, a cam, if you will.
I've got a second one, and it's actually something that I read in the news, I think a couple of years ago. Do you boys know Nerlens Noel, the NBA player?
He was what, third pick, second pick?
Something like that. He's a...
His name's Nerlens.
Yeah, 2011.
You ain't know Nerlens Noel like that?
I ain't know Nerlens Noel.
Anyway, he was drafted high, but his career went, kind of a flop.
Went to poo.
Was injured, all this and all that. Wasn't the best player. But he managed to revive his career a little bit with the Dallas Mavericks, right? He signs with Dallas Mavericks, has half a good season. And then halfway through the season, it's his contract year, so he needs to sign a new contract. They offer him $70 million over 4 years. Not, I don't think close to the max contract, but $70 million.
Good.
Anyways, he's with Clutch Sports, Rich Paul,
Rich
LeBron's
Paul.
agency, all
Adele's
that.
wife.
They
Adele's husband.
They advise him, no, don't take that offer. Let's become a free agent and let's scan the market and you'll get a better offer, right?
Mhm.
Guess how much he signed for in the offseason?
Much less than 70 million.
1.8 million.
Oh.
For 1 year. So no one offered him a contract, and that was the contract that he had to he pre-signed that he would get guaranteed.
That is.
So he did
That's
that.
heartbreaking.
And then a couple of years later, he sued Clutch Sports for $58 million, saying, you advised me to turn down this money and you didn't do your due diligence to get me the contract that you said I could get if I turned it down.
Did he win that?
Did he win
suit?
that?
He lost the suit and he had
course
to
he
pay
lost
Clutch Sports the agent fees because he sacked them as an agent.
Oh,
But the court said he had to pay them the agent fees because they provide him a service, something
so
like that.
many L's.
So
This is a tough one though, because you hear that story, right? Which I think is the probably the most realistic story. But then you hear stories of Michael Jordan turning down Adidas.
Yeah.
And then, $150 million contract at Adidas. And then Nike comes knocking at his door for $1 billion.
yeah, I heard that LeBron one where he turned down Reebok at 16
Yeah,
for a
'cause
couple million.
Yeah, because his mum was like,
he had a feeling.
No, his mum was like, oh, if Reebok's going to offer you this much, imagine how much someone else would offer you.
We did see the same TikTok,
Yeah,
you're
that's
right.
it.
And then he got a lifetime contract with Nike.
So you hear those stories and you think fair play, but then there's the bloody, Merlin's Noel, what is it?
Nerlens Noel.
Nerlens Noel, whatever his name is, turning down 70 mil and getting whatever. He's still, to be fair, he's still got 2 mil, so let's not.
Well, no, we had to pay damages or whatever the legal fees and agent fees. So
It's a hard, it's a hard
70
one.
mil is generational money. Just take it, man.
I don't know.
Gamble on yourself. You don't back that theory as much.
Well, not in the case of Nerlens.
No, but this is hindsight. We're just sitting here with, retrospective glasses. Being
No, but he
Nerlens,
only
you donkey.
had one good season. He should have just taken the money when he can.
Yeah, I don't know anything about this guy, so I don't know how touted a prospect he was. But he must have been if he was 3rd round draft pick. So fair play.
No, he wasn't living up to potential.
No.
He was having a rocky. He didn't get drafted by Dallas, so he got traded. So he was unloved by his first team.
He was at OKC for a bit. He was a bit of a journeyman. I feel like he was at a couple of teams.
Can you give me someone currently that I would know who's on a 70 mil contract, like a player of that caliber?
Bro, like half the NBA is on 70
dude,
million.
The contracts these days are massive.
They've inflated a long time from here, though.
Okay, all right. Fair play.
Like Luka Doncic
Yeah.
was meant to sign 70 mil a year,
Right, okay.
but Dallas didn't want to pay that, essentially.
It's 375, I think, over 5 years or something like that was what they were meant to give him.
Yeah, so we're saying Nerlens, massive, just take the money, brother.
Take the money.
$1, what is it? A bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush, is what they say.
Wise, bro. Very wise.
I have one for myself, my first year of working. I think I told this story maybe a couple months ago or a year or so ago, but McDonald's was having a beautiful deal, like $5 for double Big Mac meal with extra nuggets or something like that.
Sure.
That is
so-
a great deal.
Yeah, I don't know the deal, but it was just unbelievable. It could have been something different.
Deal or similar to that.
But yeah. Don't quote me on the exact deal, but it was unbelievable. And I decided to go down to my McDonald's, grab that deal and eat it in the office for lunch with my coworkers. Right? The looks that I received and the lines that I were told were as if I had committed some sort of atrocity. Because from what it seemed like, what you order for lunch actually impacts your standing in the office.
Yep. Does seem like that.
So at the time, a couple months into my job, I didn't know. I just saw McDonald's $5. I'm on like a first year salary, right? I'm not sitting here ordering Cali Press, $20 for some salad. So, did you know this? Career limiting move ordering McDonald's in the office?
Not specifically, but I feel like the whole office vibe and the whole office culture is always never be too different. Because anything could, you don't want to be that guy that orders McDonald's or maybe does this or does that. You don't want that. You just want to blend in. You want to be homogenous with the workplace.
Yeah, my mate's mate has a similar story. He worked at a law firm and he ordered Macca's one day as a graduate, and he was eating it at his desk, and one of the partners came over and said, literally word for word, "You shouldn't eat McDonald's in the office."
Why? Because
it's like a lower class meal, apparently.
Yeah, it is a low. That's legitimate.
There's a KFC near my work, and I'd love to smack a Zinger burger in the office, but no, I have to go get a Guzman y Gomez or a Cali Press or something.
It's like,
otherwise you get frowned upon.
I was even chucking a Bell's hot chicken the other day for work.
That's fine.
That's fine. That's play on.
No. It's the richer man's KFC, the upper class KFC.
But I think people aren't into having unhealthy meals for lunch.
This seems like your workplace, brother.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Maybe.
And they're all fish bowls and Cali presses.
Yeah, correct. A lot of fish bowls, a lot of Vietnamese.
Where did we go the other day?
Me.
Cammy's was the place of choice the other day. Charcoal chicken.
And
where's the Cammies in the city?
Surrey Hills. There's one in Surrey Hills.
Right.
Like getting wraps and all this and all that.
But if I'm
does that play on? Yeah, it's play on.
The Cammy's is play on. But yeah.
It's just fast food. You can't do fast food.
Like for the next 3 or 4 months, I remember just getting chirped about that one time I had Macca's.
You're the Macca's guy. You can't be that
To be
guy.
fair, Macca's is the lowest of the low.
No, I know, but I couldn't pass it up. $5 for all that.
You gotta eat it in secrecy, man.
You gotta eat it there.
Probably at the Macca's, dude.
You can't be bringing that back to the office.
You can't be within like a 500-meter radius of the office, bro.
Yeah,
Eating
but
KFC.
the culture was that you get your food and you come back to the office to eat.
You know what I tried recently? Have you guys tried Sal's Pizza?
No, where is that?
It's like a New York style pizza. It's like a chain in New York. There's one on Clarence, wherever the bus is, Kent Street or Clarence Street, one of the two. Pretty good. Like one slice is literally the size of my head.
And how you eating 1 or 2 slices?
No, one. One was massive. That's more than enough, man. It was huge. And it was so greasy. Like you can't anything more than that, you feel sick.
Yeah.
But no, good quality.
Shout out.
Try that. Shout out to Sal's.
Would you eat in the office?
No, I ate it there because I was
Dirty
again
secret.
scared of the repercussions. Like a Frango's, for example, right?
Yeah.
I would never take a Frango's back to the office.
Really?
You would smack a Frango's then and there.
I think it depends what you get. All right, if you're getting the burger and the mountain of chips,
Yeah, you can't.
it's a bit sus. But if you're getting but then also the amount of food you get also, because I'm a hungry boy by lunch.
Yeah.
Because I don't eat breakfast and I'm like just hungry. I feel like I can't eat a lot because everyone's like eating half a sandwich. Like, oh, I'm full, guys.
Correct.
I'm this and all
that's
this.
another thing.
And I'll have to be like, yeah, me too, guys. What?
Like people are ordering fishbowl, right? And they're like, oh, like I really just want to order the medium because when I have the large, like I just have to put half in the fridge. And I'm like, dude,
No, dude, I could smack a large of this for me.
mate, I remember smacking 2 large fishbowls. I was starving that day. And
I feel like so much scrutiny on what you eat, how much you eat, maybe even how you eat it. I don't know.
That actually happened to me on Monday. We went to Brooklyn Bridge Deli, like I said, and then we ordered like pastrami sandwiches. And the guy I know is like, "Oh yeah, dude, I'm like, he finished half. He's like, yeah, I'm putting halfway for later." And he looked over at me, and I was already 3/4 through my second half, just smashing my face. And I'm like, dude, I'm still hungry.
I think what you eat at work actually, that's a massive move.
Yeah, this is
Because I had a new starter came and we were taking them out to lunch. And it was a pub lunch. So you're sitting there, people ordering like your $30 schnitties and whatnot. She ordered a $60 steak the first day of of her employment.
I respect that.
And I respected it too.
Wait, was it self-funded or
Yeah, it was a company's dime.
Company's dime.
I respect that.
Play on. Bold.
play on.
Very bold.
Very bold.
I'll tell you one thing. There was a lot of whispers in the office about her, not to her face as well. So she had no idea that she had done anything wrong. But like around the grounds, it was like, can you believe this person ordered a steak?
There's so much politics, man.
Yeah, dude.
Do one thing off center and you're getting, that's the rumors for.
social pariah. No, I think I mean, it's so ambitious from her. I personally wouldn't do it. I'd be ordering the cheapest thing on the menu, like a schnitty, like everyone else.
Just
I'd be
to the person writing me, I'm ordering exactly what you're ordering.
If it's in line, I'm going last in line,
Yeah.
asking everyone that came, what'd you get? What'd you get?
Yeah.
And then they ask me, I think I'm getting the same.
Yeah, on your dime, it doesn't matter. But
diamonds, yeah, whatever. But yeah, I had a team lunch once where everyone was like kind of doing that thing. It's just like, oh, what are you getting? What are you getting? And then one person went up and got the schnitty. And then slowly the next person, then the next person. And by the time we had 8 people on the table, all having schnitties.
Yeah.
Everyone was too scared to go against the norm.
I think you just maybe, if you want a power move, not your first day, but if you've been at your company for a bit, jump in and just send down something down the pipeline. Liberate others, free them from the shackles.
Be the messiah.
Yeah, of just ordering schnitzels.
I haven't realized, that's how corporate culture is. Like you do one thing different and that's it.
You have to be homogenous,
You
man. You have to blend in or else you're that guy.
What workplace you reckon does encourage you to be different? Definitely not corporate. I'll say like finance or stuff like that. Definitely not that.
Yeah, I don't know any corporate career that encourages you to be different.
No, because I don't think I think it's just human nature, right? Because you're at work, you don't really have much in common with the people at work. If you're lucky, you do. But most times you don't really have much to talk about.
Yeah.
Except the weekend, whatever. So if someone does something a little off center, mate, that's a talking point for a week.
Yeah, it's a good.
That bonds you over whatever. Or did you see Sen, he ate the frangos in the office? And you're having a laugh with your other workmates. That bonds you. So it's human nature, mate. Any workplace, you're going to have this.
It's a masterclass in human psychology from
There
Migs
you go, dude.
Unbelievably.
That's like the episode of The Simpsons where Homer like wears a pink shirt to work one day and then Mr. Burns sends him to like a psychiatric ward to get him like tested because he was being different.
Can't be different.
All right, another career limiting move. I mean, this is Stuart McGill. So Stuart McGill was the famous Australian test leg spinner, hidden in the shadows of Shane Warne, but great in and of itself and in his own right. He now owns, or he previously owned like a Greek restaurant. And in 2021, he was allegedly kidnapped from that Greek restaurant.
All right.
Right? So everyone's like, where's Stewie? Stewie's gone missing. Like, what's doing? This guy's running a local business, salt of the earth, good for the community, small business, this and that.
Mm-hmm.
Then it comes out that Stuart McGill is actually facilitating large-scale cocaine drug trades. So
what?
Yeah, so it turns out Stewie's obviously not doing too well. And he is the business is not going. It's not going north, and he's decided to facilitate a drug trade between person A and his partner's brother, right? And he said for $330,000, I'll give you a kilo of cocaine. Now Stuart has then gone on to be kidnapped. The blokes who kidnapped him have said no, he's come willingly into the car. He actually punched himself in the back of the head, and so that's their story. Stewie, poor Stewie, all he's done here, all right, is basically, deal some cocaine, not even himself, but facilitate it. And all he's done wrong in this story is introduce person A to person B, and they themselves have done the trade.
So his hands didn't get on the illicit substances.
Well, that's what he claims.
Well, that's what he claims.
That's what the story. How the story goes.
Yeah, that's how the story goes.
I think he's in jail though right now.
Yeah, he's in jail. He's in the slammer jammer. But you're a great Australian test bowler.
Yeah,
you have a restaurant. Why do you need to be involved in drugs?
There's a restaurant up
he's
front.
still an accessory, so he's still implicated in some way.
Yeah,
He's still.
well, let's be real. Let's put 2 and 2 together, right? Stewie's not getting kidnapped if he's not, a heavy-handed part in this operation.
Allegedly, probably guilty.
He's heavily guilty.
Well, I don't get why he just doesn't do what every other former sportsman does and just, get a newspaper article and just start, get a little column in a newspaper and just start running his mouth about current players and about how it was better back in the day. Just needs to be a talking head, like a mogul.
Doesn't pay enough.
Hey?
Doesn't pay enough.
I'm sure it does, dude. All the pundits on like Sky and like Fox, dude, that's all he has to do. Just hot takes out the wazoo.
The path is clear, right? If you're a kind of, mid to average sports person, you finish your career, you try get into commentary, you get denied from commentary, and then you just start slamming the players currently, saying how it's better back in your day. This is not how it's supposed to be. And there keeps your relevancy for your speaking gigs, for your invitations to the club nights. It's a very easy path.
Dude, Twitter's free. Fire it up, brother.
Yeah, just
140 characters. Go your heart out.
Just get your fingers, get them on fire and just start sending tweets down the pipeline.
Down the pipeline.
And that's how you end your career gracefully.
Exactly.
Right? What you don't do is start a failing Greek business and then start facilitating drug trades within that.
Yeah, dude, if I was a former athlete, it's so easy. The pathway it's already there. It's tried and tested. Everyone does
You
it.
don't even have to try, bro.
Exactly.
A lot of these football pundits, they don't know a lick.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't even watch the games. They just say things.
They just say things.
They just regurgitate hot takes.
It's too easy. But yeah, poor Stewie Miguel.
I don't think this is career limited. It's career ended.
I mean, this is life ending.
Life ended.
You're going to be in jail, mate. Alrighty, we'll end today with just some NRL ones. I mean, there's so many to begin with. I'm literally looking. There's a whole page with about 100 here, so I'll just read some of the funnier ones. We got Martin Kennedy, who was a former Roosters player who got done for illegal reptile smuggling.
Huh? What?
He was involved in the import-export of reptiles, like exotic, rare reptiles, and bringing them into Australia.
like Komodo dragon or something.
Yeah, like stuff like that.
Lucrative business, to be fair.
Is it like? I mean,
I feel like it will be.
I think he made decent money, but
What's
yeah.
the demand for a frill neck lizard?
You don't need high demand. You just need a couple of sickos, and that's the market.
You're
not importing 20. You're importing like
one or two.
a couple.
Lachlan Lewis, formerly of the Bulldogs, stealing a Bluetooth speaker from the club and selling it on eBay. A guy who's on like $200,000 or $300,000 a year.
A little JBL he's taking.
He actually was a JBL.
You know what's a similar career limiting move? Leangelo Ball. Remember his thing?
Yeah, what did he do again?
So, LaMelo, Lonzo, they're the Ball family. They're all these things. They have a pathway to the NBA, basically. His older brother's already in the NBA. His younger brother goes to the same college, UCLA. He's going to be one and done, getting the NBA. They go on a basketball tour in China, right? A very wealthy family, I must say. They're driving Lamborghinis at 16. The news comes out. He's stolen a pair of Sunnies from the China Louis Vuitton. He gets thrown in the Chinese slammer. Donald Trump has to get him out. International affair.
Oh yeah, we did tell this story, dude. That's like Ocean Alley stealing a water bottle from like a New Zealand like shop. It's like all these people have so much money. Why are you stealing a Bluetooth speaker?
All these kleptos, mate, they're ruining their own careers.
Didn't David De Gea, former Manchester United goalkeeper?
That was a translation error, right? When he's Spanish, just moved to Manchester. He went into Tesco's, wanted some donuts, didn't have his wallet or anything to pay. He didn't know English as well, so he couldn't really communicate to the cashier that he's going to go to his car and get the money or whatever. Didn't have any of that. This was probably 2011 or something like that.
Yeah.
So I think he just got the donuts and walked to his car.
No, I've been to Spain, mate. Even they have cashiers there. He should know how it works.
No, as in, he couldn't communicate
for goods and
He couldn't
services.
communicate anything.
Brother, put the donuts down, walk into the car, get your wallet, and pick up a donut. At least you're telling me there was one box of donuts.
That's how the story goes.
Yeah. All right, David.
We had the Dragons in the 2020 COVID season breaking lockdown. They had a barbecue at one of the players' house. Key moments include Jack DeBellin hiding from police under Paul Vaughan's bed, and Corey Norman, who ran away trying to say he wasn't there, except he left his wallet at the house.
They're not the brightest, some of these footy players.
I mean,
That's not even the worst thing Jack DeBellin's done.
Let's not get into that. We had, anything that Todd Carney ever did. Josh Papali'i driving.
Sorry, Todd Carney. Let's read some of that because I think Todd Carney was low-key, misunderstood.
Todd Carney, let's see, ends his career with a photo of him pissing in his own mouth leaks.
Okay.
The bubbler.
The bubbler.
All right. Is that a career ender? Not the best optic-wise.
Would you try one?
Of course
A
not.
bubbler.
Of course not. But, I've also never won a premiership and Mad Monday out of like 15 beers.
Todd Carney hasn't won a premiership either.
Has he not?
No.
Oh, so this
You
is-
remember Joe Weller, the YouTuber?
What did he do?
He swears by the bubblers as well. He does it himself.
Okay. That's
Loud and proud about it.
Bear Grylls made a whole career of it, so.
But I'm saying like,
Maybe there's something liberating and freeing about pissing your own mouth.
should that be a career ending move?
Yes.
I don't think so.
Yes, it should be. Todd Carney getting himself banned from the entire city of Goulburn after jumping on a car in the Goulburn workers' car park. And Todd Carney sets his friend's pants on fire while on a camping trip.
All right.
All right,
There's a character being built here and ban him, I say.
I can't justify the lighting your pants on fire, but maybe he was a liar. You never know. So deserves the treatment.
Josh Papali'i driving home drunk and then calling the cops on himself.
Do we respect?
I mean, I don't know.
Righteous towards the end, but come on, mate. Do better.
Yeah, can't be driving drunk.
Tigers release, so one of the marketing guys at the Tigers release a commemorative Anzac jersey, except they had a stock photo of American soldiers on the jersey, not Australian soldiers.
Yeah, you're getting sacked after that, surely.
You're a designer. Why would you do that?
I mean, and then most famously, John Hopewade got got done 2 or 3 times shoving his finger up opponents' players'
Private parts. Private openings.
I think he got banned the first time he did it for like 16 weeks or something. And then he did it again. I'm pretty sure he did it twice.
Do you ever get a reason why he loved...
Dude, this guy was mental, dude. He was unhinged. The fact that he did it twice tells you everything.
Back to the segment. Did he still make a career out of himself?
No, his career fell off after that. But then he then got like speaking gigs after his retirement, and he told those stories. And his sons played, and some of his sons are pretty good.
Do they also partake in...
No, his sons are pretty normal.
What was his justification for the...
He just said, you go red and you just try and do anything to get one over your opponent. So you just shove your finger up their bum. Called the Hopewade. The fact that they call it's named now. If you ever do it on a field and you want to get a bit frisky on the field, you call it doing a Hopewade. But yeah, some good career limiting moves, and there's some good chats as well. We went on some mad tangents.
Forgot the segment sometimes, but play on.
That's what you listen to us for.
Today we have a very special anti-vaping message from the Department of Health and Aged Care.
Let's be honest, vaping is not exactly the Michelin star experience your lungs ordered.
Yeah, your lungs didn't ask for a cloud of strawberry cheesecake sadness, did they?
Vapes are harmful to your health, and the nicotine in vapes is addictive. Also, strawberry cheesecake sadness sounds like an emo band from our high school. But seriously, if you are trying to quit, you might be having cravings and finding it difficult to give up. This is normal. Lots of young people have found it takes a few tries before they're completely vape-free. It's important to keep trying, and there is support out there to help you quit. Every time you decide not to pick up your vape, it's an important step closer to your goal. Today we've got you covered, because this episode is in partnership with the Department of Health and Aged Care, and we're going to be tier listing some of the top things you can do instead of vaping when those cravings hit. This is the definitive things to do instead of vaping tier list.
Alrighty, first on the tier list is learn how to juggle a soccer ball.
This is a double whammy. Firstly, right, when you stop vaping, number one, your body's going to get a chance to repair the damage done by regularly inhaling chemicals. It can harm your brain that's still developing even in your 20s. And secondly, you've also just learned an impressive new skill that can come in handy at literally any time.
Yeah, dude, that's so true. There are people on TikTok with millions of followers just because they know how to juggle. Also, you never know when Mr. Beast is just going to rock up with a challenge, Last one to stop juggling wins $10 million.
Great points. Where are we going to put this on the tier list?
In my opinion, this goes to good. It's a win-win situation.
Yeah, I agree. It's got to be good.
All right, putting that in good. Next up, we have calling someone you haven't called in a while.
Yeah, this is a tricky one, I got to say, because on one hand, I hate getting phone calls unannounced, but on the other hand, it is a really nice thing to do.
True, but I think once you realize it's not an emergency, it is actually quite nice to receive that phone call.
To be honest, though, it depends on who you're calling. Could be a good excuse to ring that friend from 2014 that still owes you that $20. Just say, hey, remember me? You still got my money?
Yeah, it is a polarizing one. For me, I'll put this in serviceable.
Yeah, serviceable. All right, third thing on the list today is we have download the My Quit Buddy app.
For me, this is GOAT tier. The app is actually so good if you're looking to quit. You can customize this heavily by setting goals and choosing your reasons for quitting. What's also great is you can nominate friends or family who can help you in the tough times. Dude, there's also games to distract you when those cravings hit.
That's actually unbelievable because not only that, vaping's expensive. It's going to help you view your progress and include how much money you've saved, which is absolutely awesome.
And let's do some quick maths on that, right? Let's say you spend about, $20 a week on vaping. You could save over $1,000 a year by quitting.
Far out. You could take a serious holiday with that kind of cash.
Dude, this to me is the absolute GOAT. I love the fact that it's an app that you can use to track your progress.
Has to be GOAT tier as well for me. Next up on the list, we have planning a movie night with friends.
Yeah, now this is not ideal. To be honest, I can't remember the last time I've planned a movie night with friends.
Yeah, I think this would just make me more stressed trying to organize this event.
It's not ideal if you're trying to quit vaping.
100%, straight to trash.
Last item for today, finally, is we have making a cup of tea and drinking it outdoors.
It's simple, it's soothing, it's the adult equivalent of a hug in a mug.
True. Plus, it comes in so many different flavors, right? You got chamomiles, you got your Earl Greys. None of them are named, tropical rainbow blast. They're trying to convince yourself that they're good or not packed with harmful chemicals.
Heavily weather dependent though.
Yeah, that is true, but at least that improves your mental health, unlike vaping.
Fair enough. Okay, so where are we putting this on the tier list?
I do enjoy having a cuppa, but it does take a while, whereas the others can be done instantly. So for that reason, I'm thinking this has to be the serviceable or last resort.
Because of the weather dependency, I'm going to have to put in last resort in my opinion.
Yeah, it has to be last resort. Okay, so there you have it. The definitive tier list on things you can do instead of vaping. Send in your ideas of what you would add to the list and encourage your mates to quit. And remember, while the long-term effects of vaping aren't known just yet, what we do know right now isn't great either. Vaping can lead to things like lung inflammation, chest pain, coughing, and breathing issues. It can also result in permanent lung damage and nicotine poisoning. So remember, not vaping is always a smart decision.
Alrighty, that brings us to the end of this week's episode. Again, a shout out to the Department of Health and Aged Care and the anti-vaping message. We do strongly support that.
We are also open arms to any department that would like to get around us and sponsor any segment or any message. We'll have a listen.
Actually.
We'll have a listen and we'll touch a base.
Department of Immigration, Department of Doge. If Elon's listening, if Doge wants to get around us.
If you have any wedding related things, Ro would love to chat.
Yes,
He would love to chat to you.
Is there a Department of Wedding? Department of Registries, Marriages.
Yeah, if you can get him a discount on, I don't know what. Is there
You
any
want a free
admin
celebrant?
fees you got to pay?
Yeah, marriage certificate. You have to pay for that? Is that
Probably.
free?
No, you
Maybe
probably
get
have
one
to
buy
pay.
one, get one free. I don't know.
Yeah, anything, even tangentially related to weddings. I'd love to hear about it.
All right, and we'll catch you guys next week.